David Cook, paranormal investigator, shares his recent investigation on the Medway Queen in Kent. The Medway Queen was built for the new Medway steam packet Coolid by Elsa Shipyard. Troon, who also built her engines, and launched on 23 April 1924.
You know I love talking to you.
Oh, I love talking to you too, and we don't do it often enough, but it's always a big thrill when I get to chat with you. And I was just telling the listeners, you were a host over there, KCOR. That's how I met you. And oh, you were so great. Like you had me on your show, like before I even had my first show. You made me feel very, very comfortable, very quick. So it was greatly appreciated, David, because you're an awesome guy.
No, I appreciate that, but that is what we tended to do on KCOR. We looked after each other, which was Fantasy Museum. So that all started it off. That was with Witching Hour Paranormal.
Oh, nice.
That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got to know, because they had two members from another group called Ghost Hunters Society, and since then we've been sort of going with them on investigations, and the most recent one was the Medway Queen, which was an old steamboat, and that's also in Kent.
Wow. So you were on a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it like set up like a museum?
It is, yeah. Yeah, they've got it permanently moored.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they'll be doing any more sailing as such. But yeah, it's absolutely a fantastic place.
So what did you find?
Well, I ended up crying.
Yeah, okay.
It was, when I looked it up, because I wasn't sure what it was I was actually looking for, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, I'll have a look, see what it looks like, so that when I get there, I know that's where I need to be. Because it's the first time I'd ever been there.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up, and I got this, like, party atmosphere. Got, like, really good vibes from it. And I couldn't help but smile every time I looked at it. So I thought, I'm going to enjoy this. So I got there on the day, spoke to one of the ladies that worked there, absolutely amazing lady, really, really lovely. And she gave me a bit of the history behind the boat, which, to be honest, I didn't really want. But I didn't want to be rude and ask her not to say anything else.
Right.
So the group come out, they done the briefing, then we done a little walk around on the boat. And I was corrected when I first reported on this on my Facebook Live. It was the front of the boat, and we went downstairs, and to me that felt like a makeshift hospital. So after the walk around, we went into the front bar. That's the one that felt like more sort of the workers' bar. Then there was a bar at the back. This is on like the first deck.
So this is a big boat. This is quite a big boat.
It's not too big because we only had 15 people there.
Okay.
And I think if we had any more, it would have been way too much. It's not that big of a boat.
Okay.
It's got loads of different places where you can investigate. And it's true, what most of my equipment I couldn't use because of the noise of it. And where everything's so close, you could possibly hear what other people are doing, and it might put them off what they're doing. So most of the equipment I couldn't use because it was just too noisy, and it would have interfered with other groups. So, to be honest, I don't really think I've got much on the equipment anyway. It's more personal experiences from now. So when after we'd done the walk around, we got with a gentleman who was our group leader. Then we started off in what felt like the officers' bar, because it was really nicely carpeted. The seats were gorgeous to sit on, so comfortable. Didn't want to get up.
Mm.
And then as soon as we walked in there, I saw the barman. And he looked really smart with the white coat, the black bow tie, the grease back hair with the parting, nice bushy moustache. And he was just basically doing his job. He was asking us what we want to drink. He was cleaning glasses behind the bar. Didn't get a name because he was basically just doing his job. And then we spent a little bit of time up there, but then we went into downstairs where I thought was a makeshift hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting in a circle because he wanted to do a bit of a seance. And I felt something over my left shoulder. Like something was going on behind me.
Mm.
And then I felt myself sort of getting emotional and building up. And so I said to him, like, no, sorry, I've got to go. So I got up, went upstairs, got myself away from the situation, just gathered my thoughts. Because I've been through this before at Eastbury Manor House, so I knew what was happening. So I thought, get your thoughts together, take a breath, don't matter how long it takes, just get yourself together before you go back down. So I was there for about 5 minutes, just getting myself together.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, right, now, let's go back downstairs. Let's go join them again. I feel all right now. So I went downstairs, rejoined the circle. They asked if I was all right. I'm like, yeah, I just felt a bit sort of emotional, so I thought I'd just excuse myself for a few minutes, just to clear my head.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm sitting there, the actual feeling got stronger. And so I thought, no, I've got to do something about this now, because obviously I'm feeling it for a reason.
Yeah.
So I stood up. I think I took a camera, my K2 meter, and a voice recorder with me to the back of the room. And there were some chairs there. So on one chair, I put the camera down. I thought I pressed record, but I didn't. So I put the camera down, put the K2 meter down on one chair. I've sat on the other chair, and I'm just staring now. I'm just staring at the back of this room.
Mm.
And after sort of like, I think it must be about 30 seconds, but it felt a bit longer, to be honest, the way I was just staring. I must have been in some sort of trance and not sort of realised it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's come over to check me, and I'm conscious of what's going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear him and everything else, but I was just so focused on what was happening in front of me. And someone asked, someone to go and get Lisa, who's the team leader of Ghost Hunt Society. She's come down. I felt her hands go on my head. And then sort of like she spoke to me, called my name, everything else. I'm saying things like, we need help, we need medication. And then once I sort of come out of it, I just burst into tears.
Oh.
And I think it was just a feeling of sort of hopelessness. The fact that I couldn't do nothing. So I was feeling all the emotions from sort of like the nurses and doctors, and
Mm-hmm.
I could see people screaming, people with limbs missing. So I was just going through all that. I was feeling all the emotions that was happening down there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just broke me down. And I just sort of burst into tears. So Lisa took me away. We went and got a drink of water. Then she asked me what I was feeling. I told her I was just feeling really sort of overwhelmed. I was feeling like sorrow, sadness, helplessness. Couldn't do nothing to help these people. And she said to me, like, well, are you all right to go back? I'm like, yeah. I said, 'cause I've been through this before, so I know how to sort of not let it stay with me. I know how to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's something that's happened in the past. I know it's something I can't change. So I know how to let it go because I've had it before at Eastbury Manor House. I've had it before at Fenton's house. So I know, thankfully, because then I know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So we went back onto the boat. All my group was now outside. And I asked a couple of them if they got all my equipment. Well, they didn't. Some of it was still down there.
Mm.
So I'm like, right, well, I've got to go down there and obviously get it. So I went down there. I sat there for just a couple of minutes. Said a quick prayer for the spirits. Saying to them, like, it's over now. You can all go to peace. You haven't got to stay here if you don't want to. And while I was sitting there, I heard Lisa and one of the other people, a gentleman who works on the boat, say that that was an actual sort of makeshift A&E.
Wow.
You know, it's where it was like a sick bay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was set up for.
Wow, so you were picking up on that immediately.
Yeah, as soon as I walked down there.
Mm-hmm.
So I sort of listened in. Then I said, look, please go rest, go to peace. You're fine now. It's over. You haven't got to stay here. And thank you for interacting with me. And then I just picked up all my equipment and sort of I walked up the top, and that's when they told me it was a sick bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of I left the boat and just got myself back together again, ready for the next session.
Wow. Did you look into any of the history of the boat? Like, did you look any up, or did you just let it go? That was it.
I actually, like I say, at the beginning of the night, the lady that worked on the boat, she said it was used during World War II,
Okay.
and it was going to Calais to bring injured soldiers home.
Mm.
So
Wow.
whether the power of suggestion was there, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, the way that you describe it, I mean, you were feeling people in, like, serious condition. Like, when you're saying, like, the sadness, the helplessness, you know, like people with missing limbs. You know, there's a lot of detail in the information that you were picking up on.
No, it wasn't. It actually felt like I was there.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I was actually there.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't say I was doing remote viewing,
Mhm.
but I was on the outside looking in as if I was watching a film.
Yeah. Intense emotions.
Yeah, I do tend to feel emotions from spirits.
Mhm. Well, also
And
they would have been going through intense emotions at that particular juncture in time. You know, it would have been that would have been really, really intense.
yeah, and I
Like,
think it's.
sorry.
So I was going to say, I think it's one of them things that had to be told, and sometimes it feels like spirits wait around for their story to be told.
Like a release.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow, that really sounds like an adventure, though.
Oh, it was. But then
Yeah.
later on in the night, things did pick up, by the way, folks. It wasn't all doom and gloom. It did actually pick up towards the end of the night. And we went into the officers' bar. Or I'll call it the officers' bar, because the way, like I say, it's all decorated
All
and everything
plush.
else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I can't remember. I'd have to go over the voice recording I got. I can't remember the name of the couple again that spirit-wise, that I was in touch with.
Mhm.
Because Ghost Hunting Society do an experiment where they ask spirits to push you back and forwards. So you all stand in a line. You put your hand on the person in front of your shoulder, and then she asks the spirit to move back and forwards. Now, I was at the back of the line, and I looked to my right, and there was this couple there, spiritual-wise.
Mhm.
They was laughing their heads off at what we was doing. They thought it was ridiculous. And when I went over and spoke to them, it turns out it was their anniversary gift.
Hmm.
Because, I think they was married for over 50 years. And they always wanted to go on a steamboat. Because they see the film Huckleberry Finn.
Mhm.
And they loved the steamboat. And as far as they knew, the only place you could go on one was over in America.
Hmm.
But so I think it was a friend of theirs who told them about this boat. And they booked it, they went on it, they loved it, and they've been going back ever since.
Oh wow. Happy memories.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very happy memories. And they was just laughing at us so much.
Yeah, it probably looked like you were doing some kind of dance.
Well, they just loved the entertainment.
Yeah. Laughing
But,
at the centers.
Yeah, look at all them people. They doing. Wouldn't mind, but they ain't had a drink we have, and we're not doing that. It's just that type of thing. Yeah, all in all, it was an absolutely amazing night.
Sounds like it. And when was this? When did you do this?
This was, what, now, October. I believe this one was in September.
So just like...
Yeah, it was. Yeah, September.
Wow. Have you got anything planned, like for this month, next month?
I'm going to RAF Manston next month with the same group.
Mhm.
So I've got that. Obviously, I've got the documentary planned. That'll probably be sometime next year.
Mhm.
Hopefully, we can start filming it by then.
Yeah.
Still trying to raise funds.
Yeah. Like, let me know if I can put anything up anywhere. When you're ready.
As soon as we get it all sorted, I'll let you know.
David Cook, paranormal investigator, shares his recent investigation on the Medway Queen in Kent. The Medway Queen was built for the new Medway steam packet Coolid by Elsa Shipyard. Troon, who also built her engines, and launched on 23 April 1924.